Yes, indeed. Back on SportsBit, Betting Insight today at Paulie Howard, at Teddy_covers on Twitter. Big game breakdown continues. Ohio State on the road to take on Oklahoma. The Buckeyes are favored. 1.5, 64 the total. Games of the year at the South Point here in Las Vegas. Before the season, Oklahoma was 11 in this game. Oh, man. I know what you're thinking. I agree with you. It's Urban Meyer against Bob Stoops in a big game. But Ohio State has one of the youngest defenses in the country, but so far, so good, Teddy.
Oh, yeah. And again, this is a classic type of a situation where you go, look at the line just 2 weeks ago. I could have gotten Ohio State plus double digits. Now they're laying. Have the markets overreacted? All right. Now, Ohio State's gotten two teams that, look, Bowling Green was a mess, in week one. Tulsa didn't play well last week in week two. So we know this Ohio State defense is very young. We know they played great so far, but no senior starters, 12 underclassmen on the two deep, not much experience. They do have great speed. That being said, when you talk about a class difference between what Ohio State has faced at home in the first 2 weeks of the season and now traveling to Norman, where you're facing a couple of guys, they can make up for mistakes versus Bowling Green or Tulsa. You make a mistake versus Baker Mayfield or Samaj, and next thing you know, there's 7 points on the scoreboard the other way. That wasn't happening against the opponents that Ohio State's faced the first couple of weeks.
Yep, Samaje Perine, just give him the ball. If you're Oklahoma, it didn't happen in week one in the loss to Houston. Sooners have not been a home dog since 2000. 2-0 straight up in ATS under Stoops in that role. What do you think of this one? What's your lean?
Your basic handicapping strategy says you're supposed to look at Oklahoma here. Given Ohio State's lack of experience, given that Ohio State's just had 2 relatively easy wins at home and now they're stepping up in class, Oklahoma's already stepped up in class. All of these factors say, and of course from a line value perspective, remember, it wasn't 6 years ago. We're talking about a couple of weeks ago. You could have had Ohio State plus 11. Oklahoma's minus 11 in this game. So all of those factors point towards the Sooner side of the equation. That being said, I'm not getting the window with Oklahoma. I'm telling you, I'm not getting there, Paulie, for 2 reasons. And you brought up one of them, Urban Meyer versus Bob Stoops. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to bet Stoops against Meyer in a game where it's you win, you cover. And I believe in this Buckeyes talent level. I know they're not experienced, but if you grade out Ohio State's personnel on both sides of the football, you're not going to get them as a team that deserves to be underdogs to anyone this side of Alabama or maybe Florida State.
Cause for concern. Houston went up and down the field against them. What will Ohio State do on Saturday? Hey guys, for the full video, go to sbrpicks.com.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SBR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.